Welcome back to another season of Offensive Healing. I am your hostess with the mostest, Samantha Jett, and as always, go grab a doobie. Don't forget your water. Go get you a snack. And always, don't forget your lighter. Today, we're just going to dive right into the excitement of the new school year and all the amazing events we have lined up. Let's get started. Smack the doobie. The start of the new school year, it's time for fresh beginnings, new opportunities, and yes, always a bit of chaos. Whether you're a student, a parent, or just someone who loves the back to school vibes, this time of year can be both exhilarating and overwhelming. I don't know about you, but I know for me, there is a good balance between overwhelm and exhilarating and like the whole excitement of everything. I love the brand new effect of that the school year brings. You know what I mean? Like going and getting the kids the notebooks, the pens, the papers, the backpacks, the shoes, the clothes. I love doing all that stuff. It's like, all right, cool, we get the fresh start. I mean, I know New Year's and stuff is meant to be, a fresh beginning, but realistically, when you have kids, you kind of run on a different clock and calendar than most. So for me, buying the school supplies, getting started, the wide-eyed outlook we have on everything is just it's very inspiring and motivating, if you will, of like a season, almost like an effect it has. It's great. Chaotic, say the least. Realistically, the I can give you an example. So our middle one, Marley, he picture day was today, right? You guys, I don't know if you remember me talking about it last year or last season. He had learned the valuable lesson of why we don't suction cups to our face. Well, because he wound up with the whole hickey around his face. You know what I mean? So tell me why I come home and I look at him and I'm like, did you suction something to your face again? And he's like, no, Mom, I didn't. I'm like, did you suction a cup to your face? And he goes, no. And I'm like, it looks like you did. He goes, well, a pudding cup, but that's not the same thing as a cup, right? I'm like, oh my God, I have failed you as a parent. Literally, that moment when you feel like you failed your kids is the moment that they don't realize that a pudding cup is still essentially a cup. Hence the name pudding cup. You know what I mean? So, with that all being said, that was like fun. Then not to mention like the water bottle thing, because the kids have to have their water bottles for school, right? So remembering to have their water bottles filled and everything together is kind of, it's like, not that it's new to me, but I didn't used to not give a fuck as much as I do now. I mean, but we're also got to remember that Samantha officially has 1 year sober. So with that being said, huzzah, drink your waters. But I have found, though, one, being sober helps a lot with staying organized. Wow, what a motherfucking concept, right? Like, dun, 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 well, this one deserves a fucking cookie. No, I'm being sarcastically funny. You guys already know me. So, but no, staying organized. That, and the eldest son, he's officially graduated from school, right? So he has a job, and his job gets up really early, so he still has his permit for driving, so I have to get up and drive with him to work in the morning. Well, his work schedule has now officially helped me to get up extra early, so your girl's up on one a little bit sooner and quicker than she normally would be, which is fantastic. With that being said, um, with that being said, I'm trying to think of another organization tool that I have for keeping organized. I have found that honestly, getting the kids to bed, although I don't know if you guys have remembered with me struggling with them, getting them to bed because I want to literally beat them into submission, but I have learned recently that this doesn't help, it don't work. So, that whole concept's out the window. I still struggle with the going to bed thing because I know for a fact that he's a defiant little son of a lover butt, and I love him to pieces. And I will continue to be his fork in the road because I need him to stop to think about what he does before he does, because he's a lot like me. So it's getting better. To be honest with you, I've implemented like back to when they were like little kids type of thing, and I'm like, okay, cool. We're just gonna start this process earlier then. If it takes you 3 hours to go to sleep, if I put you to bed at 9 o'clock and it takes you 3 hours, cool. We're starting this at fucking 7, bro. We're not doing this game no more. So that, and I've started some activities, and I'll still be able to do them in the wintertime, which is cool. So we like to play disc golf, so we've been doing dribbling, so it's like when you just shoot the disc back and forth. It's kind of cool. The kids like it. It gives them fresh air right before bed, gives them a little bit of a release of some energy and some angers if they have, because they're boys, you know what I'm saying? They're like pre-adolescent boys, so they got a lot of built up in them. But so that's one thing I found that helps is the bedtime routine. I recently got the kids for the bathroom their own individual, because they're officially old enough to need deodorant and stuff like that, because they're officially stinky dudes. Let's not beat around the bush. So I was like, all right, cool, you guys are like officially ready for your own body washes, deodorants, and stuff like that, like your own little shower kits now, instead of like, because I would use like a universal body wash between the two of them, because it didn't matter. Now they're kind of their own individual dudes, so it does kind of matter. So I implemented giving them their own little stuff, which Marley has taken off with. He thoroughly loves every minute of self-care now, so that's awesome. Elijah, you gotta still tell his ass to get in the shower, but he's working on it. He's getting better. We're trying to work on getting more active, him and I both, because we both put on a significant amount of weight over the summertime, which is strange, but we did. So the both of us are trying to get active together, so that way we can get our hearts healthy and all that stuff. Excuse me. Ooh. Oh, big stretch, you guys. Whew, that felt good. Okay, so those things seem to be helping, is the getting them their own stuff, giving them their own set of responsibilities to handle. You know what I mean? Kind of putting on more responsibility on them at their older age now to give them a sense of pride. You know what I mean? Now, me as the individual parent who's healing still from all of her bullshit, oh, it's so hard for me to give roses. I have found myself faking it, but I'm like faking it in a good way. So eventually I will automatically think, I think like that automatically, but like, oh, I don't know what's gotten over me. But due to my trauma, it is very hard for me to, I want to be 100% happy for them. I want to be 100% loving for them. I don't just want to have to fake it with a mask, because I don't know how to be that way. You know what I mean? Which is something I'm still learning how to do, and which is something I've actually learned that more than likely stems from me in childhood. It's hard for me to not wish that, like, I don't know, like, nobody gave me praise, so why should I give you type of mentality. Like, that's the mentality that I need, that I'm working on, that I need to, like, oh, you don't need it. Like, I'm fine without it. You don't need it. Well, guess what? I did need it. So, boom, Kananis, by helping them and being more encouraging to them, even though I feel like I'm faking it, it kind of is helping me heal also from that wound myself, from not hearing the encouraging bullshit that I probably should have fucking heard. And it's better sooner rather than later that you are able to learn that shit. But yeah, it's one of those things, and that's why I like having kids. I'm learning how to heal by parenting them, because I don't really want to traumatize them in the same fucking way that I was traumatized. You know what I mean? I don't want to. And it is very easy to perpetuate the cycle. It's easier for me to be like my traumatizers than it is for me to do the opposite, because it's been done to me so long that it's like kind of ingrained in you. You know what I mean? So that's fucking, it's a lot. But yeah. But again, being sober helps. Just saying. Water is good for you, yes. That's the best thing, though, seriously. Just try to stay organized, try to stay together, get yourselves to bed early, relax, and then as always, again, don't forget, us as the parents, we gotta take care of ourselves. Because if we are not taking care of ourselves, like, seriously, we're going to fail them. We can't fake that. We might think that we're, oh, excuse me so much, I have no idea what's going on with me. I have the yawns from the pits of hell. Bang. Not sponsored by, but would love to be. Ooh, looks like maybe it's this indica doobie that we're smoking. The indica has gotten me feeling okay. You guys see my eyeballs? Do you see my eyes? I'm like all Chinese. If you guys are only listening to the podcast, I have the most slanted of eyes because I am pie-eyed like a mother pyre. So, there's been a lot of new stuff going on here. Can we reflect on some of the recent life events that have happened? From personal milestones to unexpected challenges, life has a way of keeping us on our toes. So when I say life events, when I say achievements, changes, significant moments, I am not lying. Okay, unexpected challenges, not lying. So my events, my eldest son, he graduated high school, did it on time in the time that we had discussed because he went and did it virtually. We got his diploma. We had his photo shoot. That was so much fun. And then we had his graduation party scheduled, okay? So, like, what was it? I think a week before his graduation party, my garage caught fire. My car in my garage caught fire and burned everything up. So the very much excitement of my son graduating, I'm so proud of him. He literally, like, the school he was going to basically told him, oh, there's no point in you even trying. You're not going to graduate in time. You won't be graduated until you're like 18, 19 at this rate, blah, blah, blah. Like, they like really gaslit the fuck out of him. And he was bound and determined to not have that be. And he graduated at 17 like he was supposed to. And he graduated with a better GPA too. So it took a lot out of him when he had to switch to virtual. He didn't necessarily want to do it right away. Even though I had kind of seen that it might have been a better route because I could already tell the momentum that the school had, or the not momentum, the what's the word? The way they were looking at him. You know what I mean? Like, they had already had their minds made up on him. So when he went virtual, he really impressed himself. And like I told him, I said, you're going to be able to do so much more. You'll have so much more freedom, because he was already pursuing his paintball career and stuff like that, which he took third in nationals. Congratulations to him and his team. So the reality of it is he's got things going, and the online thing just kind of worked a little bit better for him. You know what I mean? Super duper proud of him. I couldn't be prouder. He's got his license. I mean, right now he has his permit still, but so mom has to drive with him, which is fine. No complaints with me. He can take his time until he's ready to drive on his own. But he went ahead. He got past his test. He did his thing. He's hitting all his mile markers. He's doing what he wants to, the goals he set for himself. He just got his new job, which now I get up early. Yay. Which is fine. No complaints, but I don't mind helping him achieve his goals, because I'm pushing him to get to a place where he needs to be, where he should be. So with that being said, let's light this doobie. So the fire, right? The garage caught fire. Everyone is fine. Everyone is safe. Everything is cool. The cars, we had to sell one car. We had to basically scrap another one. Excuse me. We just scrapped the other one, the lowrider. It caught fire in the garage, which then smoldered and then fucked everything else up. Now we have to do the cleanup and get that ready so we can get a roof going and all of that. So that's been fun. Dealing with insurance companies. The insurance companies, not so bad, to be honest, as much as the contractors that they recommend or whatever send out. So now me, myself, and my husband, we're going to be doing the tear out of the garage and pulling things out and taking care of stuff. So I will be doing that as well, on top of everything else that we're doing now. So that's even funner, but we're all safe. And then, you guys, you're not even gonna believe this. A month later, a month later, okay, so the fire happened and we were unable to do my son's graduation party because I had this big party planned. And literally a week before the thing caught fire, well, we had other things going on, so now that wasn't an option. So with that being said, we postponed it and rescheduled it. So the day we rescheduled it, tell me why there's a tornado. Like a natural disaster. Like the windstorms and the rain and everything in my area was so bad. It like knocked stuff over. It was horrible. Well, my house roof, now I need a new roof. So now I've been going through that rigmarole of that rigmarole. It's been a rigmarole of a half and a half. You know what I mean? So with that all being said, we're very grateful that we're healthy, we're happy, and everything is working out probably the way it should be. Like I said, even in the darkest of days, you got to find the things to be grateful for. Found them. They're there. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was injured, because at the end of the day, the reality of the stuff that was in the garage, that fire could have been so much worse. Somebody was looking out for us, and that's all that I know. We had some good energy and good spirits around us. And I'm very, very, very grateful for it. There's been new changes, new things flowing. We got the new nail studio up and going finally. It kind of matches the background. You see this background with this pink and everything. It kind of all matches. I'm super excited about it. I've been feeling really, really blessed, okay? I realize, and dude, okay, so here we'll have to address the elephant in the room, right? This is what I'm saying. So like I said, we're perfectly imperfect over here, right? You and I, we're perfect, right? Because we're constantly willing to address our shit and make the changes we need to make in order to ensure that we have a better today than we did yesterday. Okay, that's out there. So the reality of it is, this year, I know I said 2024 was going to be the year of you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome, bitch, is more like it. It served me up nothing but hoopananas. Although I'm very grateful for it because I was able to start here. Although necessarily did I start where I wanted to? Not, I was trying to, but I wasn't. And here's the reality of it is I had to remove a lot of negative things around me. I had spent a few years getting my mind in a healthy space, and I had thought that I could get myself in a healthy space so I could go back to the things that had made me unhealthy and do those in a healthy way. I know that doesn't make sense, and hearing it now does not make sense, but we also got to remember Samantha has a year sober now, so huzzah for that. So I wasn't necessarily thinking with the full deck of cards, you know what I mean? So with that being said, recently I have cleared the deck, remove the energy, taking the time back to look into myself to figure out what do I want, where do I want to go with things, how do I want to live my life, what is the character that I want to be, and I started to build that character. I had fallen off the path of building my character because I was so worried about maintaining friendships, relationships, circumstances. You know what I mean? I was so worried about maintaining shit that did not serve me that I was too blocked from embracing the full fact that is me and realizing that I will fulfill for me because why? Because we're like that. But you know what I'm saying. So the reality of it is once you take it back into yourself and you do that what pleases you and stop worrying about what pleases others, you kind of feel whole again and you start to feel better. I don't think that if I would have spent this year with let me do the math real quick so I'm not lying. Okay, so I spent the first 7 months of the year in a fucktude kind of, not a fucktude, but like spiraling slowly into more and more depression, more and more destructive behavior, stuff like that. And just recently I have pulled myself away from those things that keep sucking me down. And I feel better, which would also explain that 7 months out of my year of sobriety why I struggled so hard. Because within these last few months since I don't want to say since the fire, but kind of like I haven't been wanting to drink as much. Which is awesome for me because I mean, alcohol is not my drug of choice. I have found myself in a better mood. I have found that my PMDD symptoms are getting better. I have found that I've wanted to start eating better. I have found that I am able to manage my emotions and moods better. Like, a lot of it has changed, and I really attribute that to keeping the surroundings around you in a certain light. So, yeah, kudos to that. That's been a big change, is taking it back inside. Because I don't think if I didn't take it back inside and readdress me, I don't think I'd be able to be here for you. And that would be not okay with me. So, because like I said, this is just this podcast is just as much a place for me to learn who I am, how to be who I am, how to heal from the bullshit, how to get through the trauma, how to let shit go, and how to enjoy my life while I'm here, as offensive or not as it might be, and help anybody else along the way that I can, because I know I'm not the only one out here struggling with these types of things. I can't be. And I'm learning that slowly. We will build our own tribe. You guys, you have to learn to, even in the darkest of your days, find even the smallest things to be grateful. Even if all you can find is a lighter that works. You know what I mean? Be grateful for that. And I'm just, yes. So, as I'm stoned and rambling to you guys. I have really missed you, and I appreciate you guys respecting and understanding my little hiatus. I needed to regroup for you so I could come back in full swing, because this podcast has been a dream of mine for a very long time, and I know I want to take it places. I am getting to the point where scripts are being written. I am not doing it off the cuff. You will not catch me on here inebriated. You will not catch me on here hungover. You will not find it, bitches. We're done. Because here's the thing, it's not even fun for me no more. When things wear out and stop being fun, I can't do them no more. Now, these projects and these ideas that I've gotten, the juices, the dopamine hits I'm getting off of these, right now, I'm digging on that. And I'm going to ride this dopamine wave until the wheels fall off. And as long as I'm doing this for me, and I'm doing this for you, and we're doing this for each other, then we're good to go. You know what I mean? Because you love me the way I love you. That said, light the doobie. Mine keeps going out. I don't know about you. I got this infused presidential doobie from the local dispo, King of Buds. Not sponsored, but shout out. You know, I was sitting here thinking, and like, you know how I'm saying I want to build a tribe. I want us to be connected. I want to hear from you. How you're feeling about the new school year, what your plans are, what you're looking forward to. I want you to send me your stories, questions, any thoughts. Let's make this a two-way conversation. I would really love to interact with you guys. The email address here is offensivehealingpod@gmail.com. And you can email me there, put in the header, whether it's a story, a thought, a question, any of the above. I would really love the interaction with you guys. I will definitely link the email address. I will put a blooper on the screen, all of those things. But I would really love to start hearing from you guys. I would really like to be able to put your questions, experiences, and everything into the next episodes, if you guys would permit me to. That would be fun. And as always, I appreciate you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. You guys are amazing, and I think you're great. And let's just see where this year takes us. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fuckery and shenanigans over here. You already know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to touch on before we jump off. I'm going to be working already on the script for next week, because I'm going to aim for weekly drop-offs. And let's see how I continue off. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Offensive Healing. Remember, new beginnings can be daunting, but go do something good for yourself today, because you deserve it and you're worth it. And if no one's told you yet today, I think you're doing a great fucking job. I'm proud of you, and I love you. Go make today better than it was yesterday. And I'll catch you later.